Hello, everyone. Today we are going to be discussing a very interesting topic. It is the topic of white guilt. Oh, yes, white guilt, everyone. Yeah, you're going to get ready for this one. That's kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. The left just swims in white guilt. White guilt is their blanket. So they just want to cuck around to the invaders until they are essentially replaced in the name of anti-racism. And there's quite a few instances of this. There's quite a few instances of public figures apologizing in a foreign country's language, apologizing to that foreign country, the foreign government. In some cases, adversaries. I think in most cases, the people they're apologizing to are all adversaries of the United States of America in some way, shape, or form. All right. And so I'm going to be reading something on X, thanks to my virtual assistant, Grok. Thank you, Grok. He has typed up a bunch of different instances of public figures apologizing to ethnic groups or foreign governments. And so that's what I'm going to be reading off today. And the reason why I'm doing this, right, the reason why I'm doing this is because there has been the most recent form of white guilt and just somebody apologizing as a public figure to a foreign government. But we will get into that. That's actually the main reason why I'm doing this, because I was scrolling on Instagram and I saw it. It was Miss Finland, Sarah Dezafe. I don't know how to say her last name. It's like Dzafe. Sarah Deface. Let's call her Sarah Deface. So she defaced, I guess, the Asian community in a video call or video chat. That's what it says there. So she's seen on the video call, on the video chat, and she's like slanting her eyes back, right? I don't have to do it because I already have slanted eyes. I'm half Asian. But she was like that, right? And I guess the CCP got all pissed off and they said, you better apologize or we're gonna decrown you. So she came up, she apologized, and she still got fucking decrowned. She still got fucking canceled. So apologizing doesn't help at all. It doesn't help at all. People already think what they think about you. It's just embrace it. Just embrace it. Just stand on your shit. Don't be a coward. And she's a female, so females are easily kind of manipulated more so than men. Men are more likely to stand on their business. But Miss Finland, Sarah Deface, just completely bowed down to the CCP in that instance, and it's crazy how and why they do that. It's just they don't have no fucking cojones. They just want to keep making money, not realizing that they're not even liked either by that person they're apologizing to. Like, these Democrat politicians will apologize day and night to the blacks or to the Mexicans or to whoever, just to not seem racist. They'll even just let them have everything. They'll give them welfare. They'll do all this for them, free stuff, and it's not really free. The American taxpayer is paying for it. So that's where your inflation's coming from. That's where your rise in this and rise in that and costs coming from things like that. So when I found out about this Miss Universe, this Miss Finland pageant thing, this whole racist thing, and she came out apologizing, she apologized in Mandarin to China and Chinese people, but specifically to the Chinese government. What power does China have? What power does China have over Finland? Over primarily like the Miss Universe pageant? I think the the boss or something was Chinese, right? But he got canceled too for something he said about some Mexican chick. So, see, at the end of the day, everyone's kind of a bit racist, right? Just a little bit, just a tad bit. That's what everything's in a way based off race. When you see somebody, yeah, the first thing you see is their race, like it or not. The way they sound, oh, I don't see anything. That's bullshit, dude. The first thing we see in a person is their race. Their physical features is their race. But anyways, so this instance with that Sarah lady, whatever her last name is, I don't fucking know how to pronounce it. She's fucking Finnish, so I don't know. But in that instance, she did the eyes and then apologized in their language. It reminded me a lot of John Cena when he called Taiwan a country. And then Xi Jinping immediately jumped at him and said, "You better not call Taiwan a country ever again. It's a province." John Cena never took back the statement, but he did say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry." Like he was begging like a puppy dog for Xi Jinping to just let him exist and let him keep getting paid. And people saw that and they were like, "Who the hell is this guy? This is John Cena. Is supposed to be like, he's supposed to be what America represents, I guess, so to say." And that wasn't the case. He's just a complete fucking loser, John Cena, a cuck, completely. It's people like that who, and it's crazy because it's people like that who will just be the end of the white race, essentially. People not having balls, people not standing up, people not fighting for their race, for their culture, for their survival, for their family, for everything that they care about, their society, essentially. And you look at John Cena, it's like John Cena, you kind of figure he's on multiple people's payroll. He does whatever people tell him to do because he gets paid for it. So, but just goes to show he doesn't have balls. We all knew that, but there's plenty other people like John Cena. So we live in a world where it's like there's a percentage of the population that voted for Kamala. So that's all John Cena, essentially. And that was that instance when he made fun of, or no, he didn't even make fun of anybody. He called Taiwan a country, and that's why the CCP was all pissed off, because they really want Taiwan. But that's the first step. John Cena calls it a country. They correct him. They say, no, it's not a country. It belongs to mainland China. They make him apologize in Mandarin, the official Chinese language. And then they say, yeah, that's right. You see, Taiwan isn't part of China. It's like the girlfriend getting beat up by the abusive boyfriend, right? If you want to call him that, the abusive boyfriend. And then you come and you try to convince her to maybe call the police or something, maybe press charges, whatever the case may be. And she just doesn't comply. She gets all scared and cowers away and no, and then starts apologizing, and then he starts beating her again. That's pretty much what the CCP, what the Chinese Communist Party did to John Cena, and that's what they did to the Miss Finland. So that's a crazy one, and I think people should really be concerned with something like that when a foreign government is telling you what to do, what to say, how to think, what not to say. You can't criticize them. There's really no free speech on that end. But how did they get someone as influential as John Cena to bow, to cuck? Did they threaten to take away his money? Did they threaten him physically to hurt his family? I don't know. I really don't know. But all I know is that, there is a subsect of celebrities and public figures, even politicians, etc., who will completely do a 180 on any take they get. So they'll have the take, they'll say the take, and then as soon as the cameras come off, 180, or even then, even 180 on camera still. But that's what these people do. That's what these people do, and it's like you don't even know what to believe anymore. Essentially, if they're allowed to just keep keep on keep on shutting down prominent Americans' voices, then they're trampling over the free speech. That's just like, oh, it's no good. It's no good, man. It's no good. And then these because the white people are so cucked, they allow themselves to be cucked. They allow themselves to just bow. It's like Minneapolis mayor when he's eating the Somali beans, and they're like, yeah, good. That's his humiliation ritual. John Cena, he's had multiple of those. He's a sellout completely. Like, you can't even call John Cena a sellout anymore, because I don't know what's the word for beyond sellout. He's just bought and paid for completely. John Cena, I hope he never runs for any type of politics, because he'd be like one of the biggest snakes in the grass, probably a Democrat, but it doesn't really matter. We don't need people that cuck to foreign adversaries. And people also don't realize that, yes, foreign adversaries have snuck across the southern border under Biden. They're not all here to, quote unquote, look for work. That's the thing. That's the reason why they want to have a better life. Yeah, you don't think criminals want to have, quote unquote, a better life? They want to expand their market. So for them, that's like having a better life. And then they think, oh, criminals can't get jobs. Criminals can't be farmers. Criminals can't do that. They're trying to blend in with society and then fund their operation and keep doing their crimes, or just live under the radar and try to intermix with the crowd and not assimilate with our values here in the United States of America. That happens, and the left says that doesn't happen. So they're gaslighting and they're lying extremely, like, in everyone's face. And I find that to be very, very, very despicable from the left. So there's really nobody from the left who should be talking about morals and values and oh, look, he's kidnapping people. That's not true. And I've called this idiot out, this TikTok guy. He goes around, he follows Border Patrol, and then he just sticks his phone out. He doesn't even know what's going on. He doesn't know who they're getting. They could be getting like a pedophile ring, and he'll still be screaming in their face, talking about they're the innocent people, let them go, blah blah. He'll get the crowd all riled up. He'll get them all riled up for nothing, because he knows he's in the wrong. And I've called him out several times. He hasn't replied back to me. But I'm still waiting for the response from this Arturo Gonzalez guy. You go to his profile, it's a communist fist. Yep, Arturo Gonzalez. What a character. What a character. And you see, he doesn't realize that there's a white genocide going on. First, it's going to be white people. And it's going to be assimilated migrants who are legal, who came here legally. And then, essentially, everyone's just going to get taken out. It's going to get taken out like the Georgia Guidestones, because they said 90% of the population has to get wiped out, and then they're going to repopulate with the 10%, because that's what they want. And then they'll just have slave class or the robots come in and do all the labor, and nobody will need to pay labor for anything anymore. That's crazy. It's really, I might have gotten a little bit off the deep end with the whole, aliens and, with the robots and all that stuff. So I'm kind of a little bit tired, honestly. But, the shit's out there. It's happening right in front of our faces. You see, if you scroll on X or you scroll on social media, all you see are these violent, wild black teenagers jumping a single white person And there's no context. There's no context. But why aren't they fighting any other black person there? They're only fighting the white person. Because white people are so tolerant. And white people are extremely demonized in today's day and age. It's absolutely crazy. I've never seen anything like it. But I know what's going on. I'm non-white and I know what's going on. I know that they're trying to replace everyone at the end of the day so they can have their slave class to live in their pods, live in the 15-minute cities and eat the bugs and own nothing and be happy. I know the fucking game plan, dude. So that's this motherfucker's game plan. That's why he didn't come stop and see me when he saw me. All right. I think that's it. I think he was falling asleep and going on a little rant about somebody else, another Jew. But yeah, guys, so the white race needs to stand up for itself. It needs to fucking stand up for itself. They need to do something. They need to repopulate. They need to keep their culture, whether it's in the United States of America, the UK, Australia, because none of these places, with the exception of the United States, none of these places look the same anymore. None of these places look the same. Even Dearborn, Michigan, even Minneapolis, Minnesota, those places are unrecognizable because they're ran by shitty Democrats who have sold them out, and they could care less about you. They just want their voter block in, their illegal immigrant voter block, so they can just continue to be a power forever, forever, forever. And the globalists can just tell them what to do. They shut up and dance and do it, and then they get paid. The globalists give them their money, even though they're on the losing team. That's something I want to say to everyone. The Democrats are always going to be on the losing team. The left is always going to be on the losing team. They have no morals. They have no values. They're actually going off the rails, going full on communist, which doesn't work in any society whatsoever. Never has it worked in any society. And they're just going balls off the rail. Despite with Jackson Hinkle things. I mean, Jackson Hinkle, it's crazy. He calls himself an American. He'll show all these pictures of China and all these videos of China with high rises and skyscrapers and all that, but you don't see any people. You don't see any people. Why? Because their housing market is shit. Their economy is shit right now. Nobody wants to buy anything from China anymore. And the homelessness is running rampant. People can't even get jobs over there. College graduates with degrees are trying to battle it out to see who can get a job. And these high rises remain empty. They remain absolutely empty. And even if it were full, it really wouldn't make a difference because none of that is attractive. The city itself isn't attractive. It has nothing to do with nature. It looks like a giant prison. Cities literally look like giant prisons. They're very depressing. They're far from what we're actually supposed to be living in. We're actually supposed to be living in nature. And so that is the way to go on that end right there. So when they have their little skyscrapers and Jackson Hinkle was creaming his pants over communism, dude, go move to fucking China then, dude. We don't fucking want you here like that. If you're gonna talk shit about America, the door's right there. Fucking bounce. It's that fucking easy. Anyway, guys, this was just like a little rant, so to say. It's just, just me ranting about random shit, about the white genocide that's happening right in front of our very fucking eyes, and no one talking about it. The mainstream media sure isn't talking about it. And then John Cena and this Miss Finland are just prime examples of whites getting cucked into submission by their foreign oppressors, and the foreign oppressors are just laughing about it, just completely laughing about it. That being said, have a wonderful night and Merry Christmas.